is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's filthiest pitches of the day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button. Be a part of the biggest and best daily baseball show on YouTube. And show that you appreciate all the work that goes into these daily videos. And now, without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Brandon Bird Dog Williamson, who had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this changeup as well as these painted fastballs. He faced Logan Webb, who had 7 Ks in 7 innings, giving up only 2 runs. Webb had these nasty changeups and sliders, as well as this Fat Joe front door 2-seamer to Joey Votto. Why is it a Fat Joe 2-seamer, you ask? Because he got Votto to lean back. I like that one. I think it's going to be a regular here. Zay Curry had 2 Ks in 3 scoreless innings, giving up only 1 hit, and had this curveball and slider. He faced Quinn Priester, who got his first MLB K on this curveball, but gave up 7 runs. We won't talk about that. Let's just focus on the positive. Jesus Luzardo, the Jesus Lizard, had 2 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 2 earned runs, and had these changeups. He faced Miles Michaelis, who had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this nasty slider. Mackenzie Gore had 6 Ks in 6 1/3 innings. He did give up 5 runs, but had this fastball as well as this curveball for his sword. Faced Drew Smiley, who had 7 Ks in 6 innings. He also gave up 5 runs and had these dirty knuckle curves. Sonny Gray had 5 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 5 runs. This seems to be a theme. Gray started out dominant with these filthy sliders and sweepers, including this vicious sweeper and this disgusting sweeper that got the sword. He battled Logan Gilbert, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this heater, this elevated knuckle curve, as well as these dirty splitters. Jordan Lyles had 4 Ks in 6 scoreless innings, giving up only 3 hits. He had these filthy sliders, curveball, and changeup. He faced Matt Manning, who had 3 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up no earned runs, thanks to his fastballs and slider. Shane McClanahan had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up only 2 runs. He had these fastballs, which was up to 99 miles an hour, as well as these filthy changeups. Here's an overlay of McClanahan's fastball and changeup, and you can see why that is so tough on a hitter and how well those pitches tunnel. And here's an isolated look at Shane's changeup release. You can see it kind of looks like a splitter, but according to Shane, it's just a modified changeup, and he does intentionally pronate through the ball. You consider it a changeup, not a splitter, because it kind of, when it comes off your hand, it looks a little splitty, obviously.
It does. It does, but like I said, all it is to me is if all I had to do is put the thumb there, and it's just a weird circle change.
He battled Dane Dunning, who had 4 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this slider as well as this front door 2-seamer. Grayson Rodriguez had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, but the big story of this game was his stuff. He was way better than those numbers indicate. His fastball was up to 101 miles an hour, and he also had these wicked changeups. He is going to be a really good one. Just have a little patience with him. He faced Emmett Sheehan, who had these changeups for 2 Ks. Luis Severino had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run. He had this 100-mile-an-hour fastball as well as these sliders and got a sword. And he faced yesterday's filthiest starting pitcher of the day, Griffin Canning, who had 12 strikeouts in only 5 2/3 innings. Canning dominated with these dirty sliders and fastballs, and combined with the ripper, sliced through the Yankees lineup. Here's an overlay of Canning's fastball and slider, and you can see why he got a combined 20 whiffs on just those 2 pitches. A fantastic outing by Griffin Canning. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Alex Lang had these filthy curveballs. Jose Leclerc had this changeup. Andres Munoz had these wicked sliders. Alex Vesia had this painted slider. Jason Adam had this sick changeup. Yency Almonte had this wicked sweeper. Carlos Hernandez had this dirty splitter. Matt Brash had this sick stuff with a combination of sliders and fastballs. Emmanuel Clase had this 102-mile-an-hour cutter, as well as this filthy slider. Jason Foley had these 2-seamers. Can I help you, Mr. Bobby Witt Jr.? No thanks, I'm just looking. The filthiest stuff from a reliever yesterday was this ridiculous stuff from Aroldis Chapman, who had this 102 and 103 mile an hour two-seamers, as well as this splitter. Absolutely unhittable. And I thought I'd quickly dive into how Aroldis got his groove back. Look at this isolated view of his mechanics and you can really see how he loads his lower half all the way into that back leg. This is something he didn't do as much with the Yankees. I think he got away from it because he had an Achilles tendonitis issue. And when he came back from that injury, he just kind of got away from it. But then his outside pitching coach, Hector Barrios, told him he needed to roll his hips. And that's what you see in that video, how he's loading his hips, so he can really fire them and generate velocity. And that's how, at age 35, Chapman is still throwing 103 miles an hour. Pretty awesome stuff. But the best relief appearance of the day yesterday was from Nick Pivetta, who had an amazing 13 strikeouts in relief, a Red Sox record. Just an overwhelming mix of curveballs, sliders, and fastballs. It totally dominated the A's lineup. A fantastic relief appearance by Nick Pivetta. Before I get to my moment of zen, a reminder, be sure to visit the Pitching Ninja store at pitchingninja.com. We just got another shipment of patch hats in, as well as pullovers and bucket hats. So get them before they're gone.
That's right, welcome back to Dong of the Week, the part of the Pitching Ninja show that Pitching Ninja has never seen. We're going to start it off here with Marcus Semien, who hits this ball just clearing the fence about 335 feet. You might think this is the shortest Dong of the Week, but that actually would go to YouTube user TheCheatery7713 for trying to absolutely trash me in my Dongs of the First Half video that you can check out here. But anyway, Cheatery, your words mean nothing to me, and you have the smallest Dong of the Week. Next, we're on to Jake Berger, aka the Smash Burger, who eats up this slider and hits this ball a whopping 461 feet. Talk about a Big Mac. But the Dong of the Week goes to Drew Waters, who hits this ball 465 feet into the ripe old waters of Kansas City, right off Yanni Chirinos. Nothing quite like a wet dong. And that's your Dong of the Week.
And now, my Pitching Ninja moment of zen. I don't like featuring home runs, but Shohei Ohtani's a pitcher, and this is an epic bat flip. Check out the bat release by Shohei. That's about 730 RPMs, and I put a tail on it so you can really see the movement. Filthy stuff from Shohei Ohtani. What's up, everybody? My picks of the day today are a three-leg parlay. I'm going to start out with Mitch Keller for 5Ks or more, then take Tarek Skubal for 6Ks or more, and top it off with Bailey Ober for 6Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?